Honey, I'm home. Hi, I'm Sangeeta and welcome to my channel. The first recipe on this channel is going to be the most popular recipe from my main channel, Honey, I'm home, with over 53k views and hundreds of reviews. This recipe was an instant hit when I posted it. I've created this new channel so that people who are interested in only desserts can follow this channel. But if you're interested in watching other recipes, you can also go watch the videos on my main channel. I'll pin the link to my main channel in the comment section down below. So let's see how to bake this gooey chocolatey brownie using only cocoa powder, and that too in a blender. In a saucepan, toss in 100 grams of cold salted butter. If you're using unsalted butter, toss in a pinch of salt. Toss in 1 cup of granulated sugar. Melt the butter gradually on medium high. Do not burn the butter, you only have to melt it along with the sugar. It should take you anywhere between 2 to 3 minutes to melt it. Once the butter has melted, drop in half a cup plus 2 teaspoon cocoa powder into it. Mix this up on low flame for about 2 to 3 minutes. I've used natural cocoa powder and the flavor of the brownie completely depends on the cocoa powder you use. I've made this with black cocoa powder as well as Dutch, and compared to these two, I actually love the flavor of natural cocoa powder. You can see that the mixture is quite gritty, and that's alright. Turn off the heat and allow this to cool just a little. While the mixture is still very warm, transfer this into a mixer jar. You can find the list of ingredients down below in the description box. Now break in a cold egg and beat this at the lowest speed. Make sure that the eggs are cold and not at room temperature. Please also make sure that the mixture is warm and not too hot, else the eggs will curdle. Beat this on the lowest settings for about 15 to 20 seconds. I will not edit out this part and you can watch it on real time. Now break open the second egg and beat it for 20 to 25 seconds. You can see that the mixture is still grainy because of the sugar and the sugar still hasn't blended completely. But in the next 25 seconds, you should end up with a smooth batter. If you're looking for an eggless recipe of the brownie, you can find it down below in the comment section. I have posted the link. I have variations of this recipe and I shall post all of the links down below so that you can access it. If you have queries or would like to share your creations with me, you can reach out to me on my Instagram page at honeyamhome. The link will be provided down in the description box. You can see how glossy the batter is. Now drop in half a cup of all-purpose flour, but little at a time. Only pulse this like so. Pulse twice or thrice. Please do not overblend it or blend it in first speed. You only have to pulse. Add rest of the flour few tablespoons at a time and pulse. I've made this recipe so many times and I haven't tweaked this recipe one bit because it is perfect. But I have changed the method in which I combine the all-purpose flour. So let me share with you the updated method which avoids over-mixing of the batter. Instead of adding few tablespoons of flour and doing this process 4 odd times, divide the all-purpose flour into half. Now add half of the flour once and pulse it 3 times, and then add rest of the flour and pulse it 3 times again. And then the rest you can just mix by scraping the sides by hand. So this way it takes lesser time and it also ensures that you don't overmix the batter. You can see that our glossy batter is now ready. This is how glossy your batter should look. Now add 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence and mix it. Do not overmix. This is the consistency you should end up with. Pour the batter into a prepped, lined 6-inch square baking tin. Make sure to butter the sides of the pan. The batter, as you can see, is luscious and thick, so make sure to evenly spread it with a spoon because it is not going to spread by itself in the oven while baking. Make sure to get all those corners. Bake this in a preheated oven at 140 degrees Celsius for exactly 7 minutes. After 7 minutes, the top layer should be cooked. The inside of the batter is still very raw. Now tap the tin on the counter. This ensures the cracked, beautiful top layer. You can actually even use a spoon and gently break the top layer. If you bake this batter for over 7 minutes or if the temperature of your oven is too high, the top cooks more than a thin layer and you will not get this signature crack. Once you are happy with how it looks, pop it back in the oven at 140 degrees Celsius for 20 to 22 minutes. Our brownie is now ready. Run a knife through the sides and unmold it. Do this while it's still hot. Once slightly cooled, you can unmold it. It's easier to remove and demold the brownie from the tin if you leave the butter paper sticking out of the tin. That way you can just pull it out with ease. Cut it into sizable cubes. I couldn't resist cutting into it while it was still hot. But don't be like me, set a better example. Wait for it to cool down and then cut it. Only then will the brownies have time to set and it will not stick onto your knife. If you're new to this channel, which at this point all of you are, do not forget to like, share and most importantly subscribe. Also comment. This channel is only for desserts, so there's more recipes where this came from. So keep that notification bell icon on and you'll be updated whenever I post. Once the brownie cools down, this is how it should look. You can see how beautiful the crust is. It's soft, gooey, fudgy on the inside and tastes absolutely divine. The recipe is already vetted by hundreds of them, so do give it a try. I'm sure you'll love it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Until next time.